So Brazil kick off. This is Gonçalves to operate with Aldair. Dunga. Cafu with an early chance to push on down the right-hand side. He enjoys doing that. Challenged by Perez. He thought he was fouled by the Colombian. Morantes, the number 22, who was the star turn with his goals against Costa Rica. Mr. Sambal, I think it is, who stayed down. Morantes. So Mosquera just bedding in on the left-hand side of Colombia's defending. A huge amount of interest all over South America about this game. Pacheco and Morantes trying to combine. Colombia do feel that they can undermine Brazil with quick passing. Brazil look very tired and sluggish against Mexico, not just in the first 45 minutes, although they did improve in the second half. It certainly wasn't a performance of real substance from the favourites to win the tournament. Roberto, who plays for Real Madrid in Spain, and to Nielsen, who's been coveted by a lot of European scouts, but has been saying he wants to stay with his club, Sao Paulo. He's a teammate, clubmate of Aristizabal. He wants to stay there until the World Cup is over and done with. Santa. Cabrera. There's Bonilla running into the formidable frame of Mauro Silva, nicknamed the Wardrobe because his shoulders are so wide. Leonardo trying to quicken it up for Brazil. Mauro Silva's there again. Aldair. Cafu. From Mauro Silva. It wasn't the best ball for him from Ronaldo, and here's Pacheco and Bonilla. Zé Roberto coming in a little on the late side. Free kick to Colombia right on the edge. Wanted to get his left foot to the ball rather than risk going across on his weaker foot, where he might have had a better chance of winning the ball fairly. Aristizabal having a good look. Cabrera trying to make sure that the referee knows the wall's not quite far enough back. Matter of debate. Aristizabal, the player based in Brazil, couldn't come up with a Brazilian-style free kick. Aristizabal, more than most of the Colombian team, who want to extend the stay in the Copa America, because he's got a World Cup ban to serve after being involved in a brawl against Paraguay recently. Aldair. Cabrera. Perez played that in a rather panicky way. Headed up by Cordoba, though. It's a poor ball by Mosquera. Danielson. Almost an old-fashioned type player with his dribbling skills. There's the other number 20, though, who's pretty neat and tidy on the ball as well. Pacheco to Morantes. Bonilla couldn't get beyond the lunge of Aldair. Cafu. Perez, though, for Colombia. Ronaldo. Oh, he's found Romario. It's a brilliant pass. Bermudez did enough to keep him at bay. The turn to try and lose Santa. Blocked by Cabrera and Santa together. Oh, and Danielson got the ball and got the free kick. But it was the combination between the two up front. The younger man, Ronaldo, with a pass of real perception for the revitalized Romario. But it was a great challenge by Bermudez. But now Brazil have a free kick. No Roberto Carlos tonight to whip them in from that part of the pitch. Dunga takes it, and it flew straight at the goalkeeper, Calero, who kicked wind assisted. Just see the haircut of Tafarel. He's got a T, there it is. Trademark of branding, if you like. He's been around long enough for us to know who he is without any other ostentatious tag. Danielson. Santa could have some difficult work against the 19-year-old. Ronaldo, who is 20. Still trying to sort out his future. Gonçalves with a pass to Cafu. Leonardo. Zé Roberto. Now Danielson. On the two across, and Cabrera will be there as often as he can to help out Santa. Ball spiralling up, but everyone seemed to be of the one mind that it was a throw, not a corner. Roberto Carlos suspended for yellow cards in each of Brazil's previous two games. But Flavio Conceição missing tonight because he got sent off for getting 2 yellow cards in the one game and turning that into red late on against Mexico. Leonardo, who scored the winning goal in that game, waiting for Danielson's corner. Romario gets it down for himself. It's amazing. It's the corner that they look for so often, the deep ball for Romario just to drift away off the pack. You see, he's edging. And he's lost Mosquera, not once but twice. And Colombia, fortunate the shot wasn't on target. Mauro Silva, playing for Brazil for the 50th time tonight. Cabrera. Bermudez. Cabrera again. And Perez. Looking it nicely wide to Mosquera. Aristizabal seen off by Gonçalves. On from Leonardo. Ronaldo in a race here with Santa and with the goalkeeper. Calero won it. Pacheco, and then Morantes, who's already been hailed as the new Valderrama. He's got a bit to do to live up to that tag. And the old Valderrama's still about, although not selected for this competition. Danielson. Sent sprawling by Perez. Mario Zagallo's been speaking about Danielson. It's not often that he singles out a player for special praise, but the praise was tempered by comments to suggest that he's still got to know when to dribble with the ball and when to pass it and get that fine-tuned. So Dunga from distance. It's a good strike. It's a wonderful goal. Dunga. Well, he's not always first in line for the free kicks, is he? But he shows what he's got to offer. And it dipped and it sped past Calero, who didn't get across the cover by his left-hand post. And remember, as Brazil lead by 1-0, the bottom line for Colombia is they mustn't lose by 3. Well, a goal after 11 minutes in true Brazilian fashion. Dunga, the captain of the World Cup winning side in '94, still very much the orchestrator of things for Brazil, although he's talking about retiring after the 1998 World Cup finals and leaving his current employers, who are in the J-League in Japan, and actually going to represent Japanese football back in Brazil and run a football academy. But one would suggest that he's still very important for the team, the national team, Leonardo. Cafu. And again. Well, it's important to help Mosquera, playing in the tournament for the first time. Pacheco breaking off the end of the wall, and it rather went through the slot that he had been guarding. And Calero, who was caught in too central a position to be able to make up for that. Now, the photographers not helping Leonardo take this corner. And Calero stretched and didn't get there. And Aldair was coming in behind him. It could easily have been number 2 for Brazil. Actually, he came off the head of Ronaldo as Aldair went tumbling to the ground. And Aristizabal. Crowd enjoyed that. The acrobatics from Zé Roberto. Santa. Zé Roberto can play anywhere down the left-hand side. Just pleased to get a game. It's hard to break into Zagallo's team on a regular basis. He's been very consistent in his team selections, but he does say that all it will be put into his coaching computer, so to speak. And the evaluation of this and the tournament in France earlier this month will take place when the Copa America is over. Yellow card for Aristizabal. He didn't like the decision. Renato, Cafu. Already signs that Brazil are going to push Cafu as far forward as possible. He's been quite restrained compared to Roberto Carlos in the other two games. Say Roberto. Maybe they feel that Roberto will be a little bit more restrained. Dunga, led though by Bermudez. Goes forward very powerfully here. Aristizabal turning Aldair and getting the better of Mauro Silva as well. Pacheco. Aristizabal is adjudged offside. As he clearly was. Bonilla. Santa going forward down the Colombian right. Still pressing well. Cordoba. And Morantes finding a little bit of room on this near side. Cafu with the interception. Romario. Trying to bend it in behind Santa, who's shown the speed of recovery already on a couple of occasions. Cafu. Dunga. Leonardo, back for Dunga again. Santa stretching to good effect. Leonardo really nipping in to pinch it back for Brazil. Brazil, of course, don't have to qualify for the World Cup as holders. Colombia are ploughing their way through the long drawn-out qualification system with the South American contenders playing all in one big group. Romario, Ronaldo holding to the right, being forced too far to the right with the weight of the pass, and only Romario to pick out with the cross. No one else could catch up the play in the Brazilian midfield. Perez. Oh. Well, it's a present for Romario, except that Cordoba just got there in the very nick of time. And look at the concern on the Colombian faces, but Cordoba was concentrating on doing his job. Cabrera, Brazil already a goal up with almost 20 minutes gone. Dunga's free kick. Cabrera, past Dunga. Morantes, Cabrera's gone on. Good play by Colombia this. Cabrera tried to make him the focal point. And Mario gone off the pitch after that tackle by Cordoba. Has to come round to the side to wave back on properly. Ronaldo. Cafu for company this time. Leonardo. Nielsen, look at the number of players around him, that's left maybe some room for others. And Ronaldo, after a weakish attempt to deal with the pass, it was a pretty weakish attempt to try and win a penalty as well. Mario able to come back on. Cabrera, now Bonilla. For Pacheco. Still Pacheco. Morante's waiting for the ball to be played in a slightly more central position. Pacheco never quite saw the possibilities. But Bermudez, well, it lacked nothing in power, but plenty in direction. Well, there was a little bit of contact there from Mosquera, but Ronaldo, having felt his shirt being tugged, decided that falling to the ground would emphasize the point. Mosquera's having a pretty harrowing beginning to this game. And now Ronaldo is penalised for a push. Morantes. Cabrera. Steered forward by Santa. And Aldair sorting it out with the help of Taffarel. Zabal not really putting much pressure on when a bit more might have induced a weaker kick. Bermudez. Morantes. Two more encouraging signs from Colombia in midfield. Perez. Dunga going in effectively. Bermudez couldn't get round Nielsen. Well, this was the hands on the shirt again, but the fall was self-induced. Technically, the referee could have given a penalty for the shirt pulling, but the slow motion emphasizing the contact, but also showing quite clearly that it wasn't the pull that made Ronaldo fall to the ground. Dunga. Leonardo. Then Nielsen. Leonardo. It's a wonderful effort. Acrobatically done. Came with his back to goal, but with a quick swivel, suddenly Leonardo was into a shooting position. Morantes and Cabrera. Pacheco. Colombia for a good number of years relying on the same generation of players. So whatever happens tonight and their fate in this tournament, the bonus has been that players like Morantes and Pacheco, I'm sure noted by Mario Zagallo there as potential dangers to Brazil tonight. They've certainly increased their knowledge of playing at this level. Cafu. Dunga. Perez. Cafu luring Perez in. Free kick to Brazil. 25 minutes gone in Santa Cruz, the last game in this section. Dunga's free kick, taking out Bermudez, but Romario had stayed rather flat-footed that time. Good pressing by Danielson. Some of the Brazil players with a real opportunity tonight to impress Mario Zagallo. Mario and Leonardo trying to conjure something. Cabrera having to work hard to get it away with the help of Perez, but he's given it straight to Gonçalves. Centre back with Botafogo, who is looking to expand his career and play outside Brazil again. He's been in Mexico for a few years. Bonilla. Gonçalves getting a foot to it. Cafu. Dunga. Twice getting it through to Ronaldo, and Brazil keeping the ball off the front man. Danielson looking with three in the centre to try and whip in the cross quickly, as if heeding those words from Mario Zagallo that you don't have to dribble all the time. You should know a thing or two. That was his territory on the left of midfield for Brazil. But there are spaces there that allowed Colombia to move on, and Mede Morantes maybe still glowing from those two goals. Really wasting the position. Back header from Cabrera. Silva, who just sits in front of the two centre-backs. Ronaldo. Perez getting the better of him and of Leonardo. Bonilla playing pretty deep. Only really Aristizabal as an out-and-out striker for Colombia. And he's looking rather isolated at the moment. Gonçalves. Cafu. Must have been close. It looked as though the whole of the ball didn't pass out then. And for his protest, Cafu gets booked, which is his second booking of the group. So that's bad news for him. Danielson, Ronaldo. He's charged it down and gone on himself. Calero committed. Ronaldo still with the ball. Goalkeeper getting back. Danielson. Dunga. Well, his foot was up, and so often in the international game that leads to a free kick for dangerous play. But prior to that, for dissent, a yellow card for Cafu. Morantes. Now Mosquera, who's been struggling defensively, what can he do as an attacking force? Well, the whistles rather give you the answer. Lovely ball from Morantes. Cafu maybe just with his mind on the booking and not the defending. Well, 1-0 to Brazil, let me remind you, would suit both parties here. Colombia would qualify ahead of Uruguay in that last third place slot with 3 points if they lose by 1 or indeed by 2 goals. And that would be on virtue of having scored more goals than Uruguay. Identical goal difference. But if it gets to 3, it's Uruguay who'll be celebrating and the Colombians who will be going home. Morantes. Mosquera. Now Pacheco. This is good play from Colombia. Bonilla. Well, the whistle has gone. The Brazilians question the referee's judgment. It's outside. Bonilla pressing on, and Gonçalves right on the edge where the first contact was made, really. Well, they went behind to a free kick, Colombia. Here's a chance to equalise from one. Cabrera on the end of the wall to try and mask the goalkeeper's view. Mauricio is there. He takes it, but for the second time in this game. Doesn't even cause Taparel to make a save. Mauro Silva. Say Roberto Dunga. Getting players quickly around Ronaldo, which seems a good policy for Colombia, and as Ronaldo's reputation grows and grows, along with his contractual demands, he can expect to be singled out for special attention. That's, of course, what made Pelé such a great player all those years ago, that he could cope with that. And it's a test of Ronaldo's temperament as well as of his technique. Santa. Now Cabrera. Mauro Silva, who lost his place in the Brazilian side when he was suspended in the Tournoi in France. Mauro Silva here on the ball back tonight because of the indiscretion of Flavio in the closing moments of Brazil's last game. Now, Cafu's got to be careful about his complaining, because he's already been booked for one such a show of dissent. Santa. And it's hard to get past, say, Roberto. Denilson. Showing his own strength in possession. Cafu. Leonardo. Dunga. No one there for Denilson's little stab into space. Across comes Aldair, and he was taking no chances. Player's had 7 seasons in Serie A in Italy. Indeed, the Brazilian will tell you that he speaks better Italian than Portuguese now. Perez. Morantes. Perez again. Pacheco. Both Bonilla and Mosquera had gone forward. Pacheco. Perez. Now Mosquera, and all this possession play suiting Colombia as long. And the problem is, against Brazil, you can deny them and frustrate them for long periods, but they can produce breathtaking moves in a matter of seconds. And this sword hanging over the head of the Colombians. Morantes. Oh, very nearly back to him in that sort of give-and-go move that is a feature of what he's trying to put into this game. Ronaldo with his power against Cordoba. And good defending by the Colombian. Very good defending indeed. Mosquera. Morantes, who's clearly enjoying life at this level, but they've overplayed Colombia. Dunga has got Ronaldo to his right. Ball got to him via a tackle rather than a pass. Bermudez knocks it away, only as far as Cafu. And Dunga's a bit casual. And Perez can tidy up for Colombia. Morantes. Linking up with Bonilla. Still Morantes. Aristizabal straight at Chaparral. But it was very well constructed counter-attack from Colombia. Dunga. Leonardo, good challenge on him. The ball bounces off Bermudez. Ronaldo. He was certainly fouled that time. Danielson. Great acceleration, but it hasn't got him anywhere. So this was the Colombian break. And Aristizabal spinning into the left-footed shot, but hitting it right at Claudio Tafarel. Zé Roberto. Now Leonardo. Mauro Silva in control, and Dunga. Romario coming deeper this time, but misplayed by Ronaldo, and he gets some cheers for it. Bonilla moving away quite easily from Dunga in the first place. Back comes Leonardo, but this is Morantes. Woken up powerfully by Gonçalves, who wants someone to give the ball to. Eventually finds Danielson. He tried to drop it over the top of Mosquera for Cafu. It came by the Colombian. He then muddles into Cafu and concedes a free kick. Dunga to take it. And it was misjudged by Santa. Took Danielson by surprise. And possession really kicked away by Calero. So Brazil can start again with Mauro Silva. Dunga curving it beautifully for Cafu. Slipped by Perez. Cafu with a weak ball though. Say Roberto arriving at pace. I don't think there was much Santa could do. And the referee even saying that there was no contact. Here's Bonilla. Cleared by Gonçalves. Alert work by Romario, who's a bit unlucky. Cabrera. Pacheco. Breaks though for Brazil. Ronaldo claiming that he used the hand there was Cordoba, and the assistant referee on this near side put the flag up. And this was Zé Roberto really on the gallop. Got nothing for it. Cabrera. Just over 5 minutes to go to half-time. Brazil looking to make it 3 wins out of 3 in Section C. Mosquera. And it is a free kick for Colombia. And they took it without too much consideration about Mosquera's health. He's back on his feet and trying to get back into position. Leonardo looking for some movement. Didn't get it through the centre. Nielsen. Mauro Silva. And Aldair. Leonardo. Still keeping the ball under some pressure. Dunga. And he likes that pass. But he didn't execute it properly that time. It was more joy, it seems, for Cafu in this game to press on. Mosquera really firing it forward, too far forward, because the flag has gone up against Arizabal, who's not at all happy with the decision. Leonardo. Here's Roberto with a cross, not quite into Romario's path. Morantes being tugged by the replacement for Roberto Carlos. And Colombia trying to probe forward again, being understandably conservative. The advantage of not playing the last game simultaneously with the final game for Mexico and Costa Rica is they do know exactly what's required. It's not exactly the case that Brazil are the kingmakers, but if they really wanted to make sure Colombia are knocked out of this competition, then they do have the opportunity to go and get the required number of goals. And it is the team that beat them, the nation that beat them in the final 2 years ago. They'll be the ones being eliminated after this game. Uruguay. We shall see. Ronaldo. The news from the earlier match, if you missed it, that Mexico and Costa Rica drew 1-1. Mexico into the quarterfinals, Costa Rica eliminated. Then Nielsen. Romario, oh dear, that's rather too obvious. Aristizabal. First half has been played with a certain amount of economy. Game's coming thick and fast, of course, and the players having to deal with the demands on their energies. Little recovery time. Gonçalves. It hasn't been the most authoritative 45 minutes from Brazil, but sometimes matches for them against fellow South American nations present greater problems than dealing with the best from the rest of the world. And Colombia have a free kick. Bonilla moving away. It's been worked short. Pacheco, Morantes has gone down. And he's been told by the referee to get up, and Leonardo looking to pick up the tempo for Brazil on the break. Ronaldo looking for Romario, trying to drill it in. And Mario had gone offside. But very little chance of finding him at ground level. Into stoppage time at the end of the first half. Pacheco, lovely play from him. Pass to Aristizabal. Brazil had plenty of players back to deal with the cross, but an indication right on half-time that Colombia are still very much in this game. The most important thing for them is to be very much still in the tournament in an hour's time. The worrying scoreline for them would be to lose by 3. I can't stress that too often for you. That really is the bottom line tonight. At half-time, they are just 1 down. The Dunga free kick from long distance. And Brazil, you feel, can still play better. They do lead as they look for a 3rd successive win to make absolutely sure of topping the group here in Santa Cruz. At half-time, it is Brazil 1, Colombia 0.
I'm Anne-Marie Kerr updating Fox Sports News. Mark Waugh has made his first century at Lord's, reaching his 100 on the final ball of the day in the match against county side Middlesex. With 1 day's play remaining, Australia is 6 for 351 in reply to the locals' first innings total of 305. The records continue to tumble at the National Short Course Swimming Championships, Matt Dunn smashing the Australian all-comers record for the 200-metre individual medley. The 23-year-old clocked 1 minute 57.05 seconds, slicing almost half a second off the old mark. New star Grant Hackett was also impressive, backing up from his win in the 400 metres to take the 1500 freestyle event. And Frenchman Richard Virenque has defeated overall leader Jan Ullrich in a superb duel for the 14th stage of the Tour de France. Join us for full details of all today's sport tonight in Fox Sports News at 6:30.
Every Wednesday night on Fox Sports, the Super League Show.
Good evening, I'm Cameron Williams.
A complete roundup of all the hits, thrills and tries from the latest round of the Super League. Covering all the action from every angle, as well as all the background facts and figures. Keeping you updated with the very latest from the hardest game around. The Super League Show, every Wednesday night, 7:30 on Fox Sports.
Alcatraz is a maximum security prison. We don't make good citizens, but we make good prisoners. No one has ever escaped from Alcatraz.
Among the seediest criminals.
I'm looking for a new hunt.
At the worst of all prisons, Frank Morris would try what no other man has ever achieved.
I may have found a way out of here.
Clint Eastwood in Escape from Alcatraz, next month on Encore.
Chelsea. Newcastle. Ajax.
Terrific stuff, and what a goal!
Everton.
Oh, that's a brilliant goal!
The Umbro International, live and exclusive on Fox Sports. Saturday night, Everton take on Dutchman Ajax at 11, followed by FA Cup champions Chelsea against Newcastle at 1 a.m. Live and exclusive, the Umbro International on Fox Sports.
So there's a cat and mouse feel to this game. There's also very, very gusty winds, making it hard for the players. And Ronaldo being reminded of the laws of the game. Let's say he has to be in his own half when the Colombian kickoff takes place. So away we go for the second half. Colombia a goal down to a Dunga free kick from distance, which caught out the wall, which broke, and also the goalkeeper, who was clearly concerned that Dunga might have been curving it into the other side of the goal. Just a reminder, we've got Ricard on in place of Bonilla. Bermudez. Cordoba, who's defended well. Mosquera. Morantes trying to get it through to Ricard, who's quite understandably wanting to make a quick impact after the frustration of being left out of the starting 11. And he's forced an early second half corner for Colombia. And this is Arbal waiting in the centre, but Bermudez has come up as well. Cordoba's in there. And the ball hanging on the breeze. Mauro Silva steering it away. But Romario beaten by Perez. Mosquera. Chasing forward, Mauro Silva having to slide in. One of the real stalwarts of the World Cup win in the United States, as was Taffarel, the goalkeeper. Dunga. That was a pass of real precision to get to the head of Ronaldo. Leonardo is supporting him through the centre, but not there. No one's doubting the potential of Ronaldo, but his seemingly excessive demands to Barcelona I think have improved his image in the game. Some see him as a symbol of the way football has become so money-orientated, and the vast sums at the very highest level, almost obscene sums. Say Roberto. Fumble down by his opposite number, Ricard. Good header by Bermudez. Danielson has not been seen to full advantage so far. Morantes. Perez. And this is Arbal holding it up against the attentions of Gonçalves. Now here comes Santa, and Pacheco is there as well. So Roberto getting the ball. Danielson. Now Cafu. Leonardo wanting it. And Cafu passes the ball and the responsibility. Gonçalves. Mauro Silva. Ronaldo. Well, that was a lucky deflection perhaps for Romario, who was being outpaced by Cordoba, and certainly made some contact with him. Here's Santa. Well, no one that far forward. It was deflected, the attempted pass, and easy for Gonçalves to tidy up. Taffarel with a cool pass to the feet of Dunga. On to Danielson, now Ronaldo. Danielson. Leonardo. All rolled anyway for Brazil and Mauro Silva. Cafu with the cross. Ronaldo is there, Leonardo's there. This is Danielson. Mosquera. Ricard chasing with plenty of gusto. That was a fortunate clearance from Taffarel. Leonardo looking for Ronaldo. It's a great pass. And really to back Ronaldo to get there. But Calero did. Perez. Now Pacheco. Aristizabal. Pacheco. Ricard. Morantes. Pacheco might get to it again, and does to work across. And this was the pass from Leonardo. Ronaldo having to give best to the goalkeeper. But after that, Pacheco really probed away from Colombia's midfield. Santa. And again. Pacheco. Lost to Mosquera. Ronaldo chasing back. Ricard. Cafu using the goalkeeper, making him scurry a bit. Pacheco. That's a foul by Zé Roberto, claiming he was being held as he went in to challenge Aristizabal. Cabrera. Played wide by Perez to Mosquera. Ronaldo looking for the team, but rather being lost there. And Caparel has to turn it over from Cabrera. Wasn't the most difficult save the goalkeeper would ever have to make, but it still needed making. And here's Colombia's corner. Morantes. Mosquera. Was well hit by Cabrera, who scored at this end of the ground with a penalty against Costa Rica. Denilson. Brazil 1-0 up. Scored by Dunga. Denilson again. Out-battled by Cabrera. And there's a break on for Colombia here with Pacheco, and he was looking for the more difficult area to play it to a runner on the left, and he had Aristizabal much closer to him. Morantes. Also looking left to no effect whatsoever. Leonardo. Cafu. Gonçalves. In a way, you can't blame Brazil. They just need to be in the best shape possible for the quarter-final. Their only target of any great meaning tonight is to make sure that they stay in their Santa Cruz space. Their fans calling for a bit more, and Ronaldo almost supplying it with a pass for Romario to top the group. They only need to draw this game, and they are leading by 1-0. Over 10 minutes of the second half. Foul on Santa by Denilson, who, although he's just emerged on the international scene, has played for Sao Paulo on a pretty regular basis for the last couple of seasons. Perez. Morantes. Cabrera. Aristizabal. Good play from Colombia. Very good play until it gets to the edge of the Brazilian penalty area. And now they've got to turn and chase back against Leonardo and Denilson. Trying to put the right sort of pattern together here through midfield. Ronaldo. Benitez comfortably with the header. Perez. Morantes. Ricard. All the way back to Santa, but at least Colombia keeping possession. Pacheco. Ball really by Roberto, but it didn't matter. Morantes got the advantage, got the shot in. Cabrera. Only Romario through the middle that time. Mosquera. Morantes. Mosquera's cross. Aristizabal was up rather hopefully. Denilson. Cabrera has done a good job. That part of Colombia's midfield on the teenager. Pacheco brought down. Free kick to Colombia. Again, the short passing philosophy. Santa puts in a cross. They really haven't threatened too much to score, and the long-range effort from Pacheco not improving that situation. They do have the height of Ricard now since the substitution. When they get the ball into wide positions, he did score his goal against Mexico with a header. Gonçalves. I wonder whether Mario Zagallo will take the opportunity to put one or two of his fringe players on in the second half. Nielsen doesn't get his free kick. The referee thought that was a dive. Pacheco. Bermudez just chipping it into Mosquera's territory. Gives Leonardo a taste of his own medicine. Santa. Pacheco. Well, once or twice he's caught Brazil on the hop without delivering a major moment in the match, but he's given the suggestion that it might happen. Morantes. Good spell this from the Colombians. Aristizabal. Pacheco. Dunga coming out to deal with that threat. Santa. Have a crack himself. Well, they're doing enough to keep Brazil occupied, and indeed Mario Zagallo looking to freshen things up front. And Edmundo for Ronaldo. With half an hour to go. Ronaldo below expectations here in Santa Cruz tonight. Edmundo, who featured in the '95 Copa America, had a chance to make an impact in '97. Leonardo claiming that he was being impeded. He's just flexing that right Achilles tendon. He's got his free kick. There's a big crowd here tonight, as there invariably is wherever Brazil turn out, but some of the spectators, I think, have lost their concentration on the match. Leonardo takes. Calero with not the best punch you've ever seen, and Dunga with certainly not the best volley you've ever seen. Brazil continue to do enough to preserve their position, and as long as it stays that philosophy, then it will suit Colombia as well. They have shown greater urgency in the second half, and pursuing Ricard then doesn't come away with the ball. Now, is it a foul or a throw? Surely the ball didn't go out. So it's a free kick to Brazil to be taken by Aldair. Bermudez. Leonardo. Still trying to play progressively from Brazil's midfield. Dunga, but judging the longer pass in this wind is very, very difficult. Well, Edmundo is a fairly abrasive character, and his career in league football has been blighted by problems with referees. The only Brazilian who have had that difficulty. Ronaldo clearly disappointed about being replaced, and has gone to get a shower and get changed, which is probably a sensible thing. Whether he's done that through a show of temperament or just the desire not to risk getting too cold while watching. Well, that's Dunga giving it away to Aristizabal, and Brazil in danger of giving away their lead. So Roberto kept it in, and then is bowled over by Santa. Free kick taken, and Mundo. Again, every time a longer pass is attempted, it becomes something of a lottery. Santa caught in possession by Edmundo. Denilson. Dunga. Mano Silva. Dunga. Quite similar in a way, this, to the performance that Brazil gave against England in the last match of 2-1. That's handball by Denilson when they were facing a team that had already won the competition, and we're not going to be disgraced by a narrow defeat. Once it went 1-0, there was an air of inevitability about the outcome in Paris that night, and you feel the same here. 25 minutes to go. Edmundo trying hard to catch the eye of Mario Zagallo. Dunga. Well, again, one or two of his teammates turn and look at the captain. Santa. Now Pacheco. That's a foul, because Ricard was just leading Aldair. Forced his way in front. card saying where he wants the ball to be played to. Santa on the run. Morantes using him as a decoy. Pacheco. That was a better effort. It hit Dunga. Put up by Leonardo. Free kick to Colombia again. Morantes. Now Mosquera. A 1-0 defeat for Colombia would give them 3 points with 4 goals conceded but 5 scored. Which would put them better than Uruguay with 3 points, 2 goals conceded and 2 goals scored. Aristizabal. Good tracking back by Danielson. Leonardo, Edmundo. Good play between the two of them. Leonardo again. Romario. Edmundo! Well, Colombia's position in the competition is weakened. Edmundo coming on with a real incentive to do well. Has struck a second goal. Romario's shot was blocked, but Edmundo followed up, and I think it took a deflection on the way in. It hit Bermudez, and Calero was grounded and stranded. It's Brazil 2, Colombia 0. Dunga. Well, he's had to wait and watch while Romario and Ronaldo have been doing the bulk of the work. And now Edmundo, as Pacheco gets a yellow card for that foul. Edmundo gets a real piece of the action for himself. So this is going to be very nail-biting for the Colombians. More than 20 minutes to go. Hope rekindled for Uruguay. Leonardo. Cordoba comes across against the other number 2, Cafu. Pacheco. Here's Santa. Aristizabal. Cabrera. Gonzalez, you could see, waiting to see where the wind blew the ball. Couldn't quite time the header. Pacheco. Perez, fouled by Edmundo. Santa. Clever play by Perez. Breaks for Cabrera. Pacheco. Morantes, Aristizabal, a lot of players back for Brazil. Cabrera giving it everything to keep the ball in, and he got his reward. It's a throw. A worthy chase. Referee just checking his watch. This time the ball not coming back quickly, but also it's going to be a change from Hernan Dario Gomez. Morantes flashes of his potential, but a difficult game for a young player. And on comes Andres Estrada for his first appearance in this tournament. come at a really crucial time for Colombia. Perez. Now Pacheco. Nibbling away at him was Nielsen. Pacheco with the free kick. Prepared to give it into the feet of Ricard. It's a terrific turn from the big man, and down he goes, down by Dunga. And Dunga trying to say it was his first foul. That I rather doubt. And Brazil's captain and the scorer of the first goal tonight joins the names in the referee's notebook. And from about the position where he struck his free kick to give Brazil the lead, he's conceded one now. Bermudez into the wall. So Colombia's position now is 5 goals conceded and 5 scored. 0 goal difference, exactly the same as Uruguay, who have finished on the 3 points in Group B. But of course Colombia have scored more goals. And by that very fragile thread hang their hopes. Santa. Over Mosquera. It's Edmundo typically chasing across to get involved from the throw. Cabrera. And the free kick earned by Cabrera's efforts. Another change for Brazil. Jose Maria to have another run in the right back slot. He is the understudy to Cafu. And with Cafu having picked up a yellow card, his second of the competition, Jose Maria can expect to start the quarter-final. Brazilian fans giving a fond farewell to Cafu for this game. It would mean a great deal to the Brazilians to keep a clean sheet in a game like this, with their defending still under scrutiny and still being spoken about by Mario Zagallo. Nairo Silva. Jose Maria knocks it out of play. A nail-biting last 15 minutes for Colombia. Brazil can be pretty relaxed about the state of affairs as far as they're concerned. Maybe too relaxed. Well, Tafarel stayed on his line, which is perhaps not the textbook position, but Ricard found him with a shot. And Brazil were a little soft through the centre then. Amario, Nielsen, tackled from behind by Estrada on Leonardo. This was Ricard. Could have made it much more difficult for the goalkeeper than it was. Leonardo ruefully picking himself up. But he's worked very hard to get back into the Brazilian setup. When he went to Japan, it did seem that he was looking for the financial rewards rather than the developing of his football career. He was quite open about the sort of money that he was offered compared to what he might have made elsewhere. But he's come back to play in Europe with in France with Paris Saint-Germain, and Mario Zagallo has clearly recognised that level. And he's very much part of his plans. Bernardo Silva. Free kick against him. Estrada's ball forward, and Gonçalves too tight on Aristizabal. Free kick to Colombia. Pacheco. And here's Cabrera and Santa. Put in a lot of worthy effort, these two. Santa again, Cabrera again. Perez. Pacheco. Going to go through everyone, which was over-optimistic. Marking was good defensively for Colombia then. Not been easy. Brazil haven't been able to put on too much of a display of football finery, and the referee helping them then. Edmundo. That will be a catastrophe for Colombia if that leads to a goal that knocked them out of the tournament, but it didn't. Cabrera, wearily, but he got to it. Santa. Now Ricard. Well, Ricard and Aldair. Aldair was the last outfield player then. And, any suggestion of a foul, and he might have been in serious trouble. Dunga, who's typified really the economy with which Brazil have addressed their task tonight. They, barring a complete turnaround in the last 10 minutes or so, will match Bolivia's feat of winning all 3 of their group games. Ecuador top the other section with 7 points out of 9. Aristizabal. Pacheco. Cabrera. And Nielsen got a foot in, but only helped Colombia. They get a free kick as Mauro Silva again. That's his solid frame about. And little Pacheco, the victim in a catch-weight contest. Perez. Colombia with one eye on the ball and the other on the clock. Pacheco. Ricard. Now Estrada. Brazil at the moment just leaving Romario upfield. And he's not chasing about like a spring chicken at the moment. Pacheco. Cross by Mosquera, only one to aim at. Aristizabal couldn't get the better of Zé Roberto. The foul by Edmundo, who was outwitted by Perez. Santa. It's been a night when the players have had to take on the elements as much as each other. That's the one disadvantage about Santa Cruz, where the temperatures have been fine, where the altitude is fine, or the lack of the altitude. But the wind, coupled with some heavy showers, that made it quite as seasonable as maybe the locals would have hoped here, and certainly the performers would have hoped. But it's been a very enthralling group, particularly on the first two evenings of double headers. This is Zé Maria, off the corner flag and back into play, and it breaks Colombia's way. Santa. Estrada. 8 minutes to go. And Santa caught out, and Day Nielsen moving forward with menace for Brazil. 3 were arriving in blue, but the cross was a bit airy-fairy. Good pressure by Mauro Silva. Cabrera almost at walking pace. And this is Arbal, and was well found and guided it back well to Estrada. And this is Arbal again. Leonardo getting the drop on Perez. That's lovely, a sleight of foot by Brazil's number 10, Romario. Edmundo. Here's Zé Roberto. They wanted offside, they weren't going to get it. Good handling by Calero. Brazil go and win it again through Zé Roberto, although it's called a foul. And Dunga is taking off the armband and departing the scene to be replaced by Cesar Sampaio, who was a regular in the last Copa América campaign, and indeed played in the one before, but has blotted his copybook in each of these South American championships that he's taken part. He's received a red card. I don't want to make it a hat-trick. He's another holding midfield player, so he and Mauro Silva in that central shielding area in front of Gonçalves and Aldair. So the 3 changes made by Mario Zagallo now. Mundo, Zé Maria and Cesar Sampaio. Here is Zé Maria. Bermudez. Well, the public address here going through the pairings for the quarter-final, which is just a little premature. Cesar Sampaio, Mauro Silva. Here's Leonardo. Good challenging back by Mosquera. Perez. Cabrera. No margin for error at all for Colombia in these final minutes in Santa Cruz. It's a pretty daunting task that faces them in the quarter-final if it stays like this, to go away to La Paz and play Bolivia at altitude. in only a couple of days' time as well. Cabrera. And this is Zabal, who's worked very hard up front without too much supply. Regarded as the senior striker. Nielsen. And he looks as though he's still got plenty of energy. Cesar Sampaio. And Mario now with the captain's armband, but not playing a pass of captain's stature. Brazil get a free kick. Just not taken at the correct spot. Zé Roberto. Nielsen. Colombia have just got to be diligent here. But Nielsen not showing too much ambition. The Uruguayan fans must be furious at this keep ball by Brazil. And they want them to be going for another goal. Zé Roberto. Just to point out to you again that as it stands, the best third-place team will be Paraguay, and the second best will be Colombia. But that could change in a second here. Cesar Sampaio, Edmundo, Mauro Silva, and then Cabrera with a calming influence. He's having a very good tournament. Rica back to help out in midfield. Less than 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Well, there are a couple of overzealous challenges there, combining to give Colombia a free kick, in which they will try and delay the taking of as long as possible. Hard to do though these days, and that's good. Pacheco still looking frisky, and Cabrera. Well, when Colombia came off beaten by Mexico here in their opening game, you wouldn't have given too much for their chances of qualification, even in this tournament that only loses 4 nations after the group phase. But the number of goals they got against Costa Rica was crucial, the margin of victory. And the sums are just about in their favour still. And certainly time is now on their side. And Uruguay, the holders of the Copa America, are about to go out. They've certainly not had a good year in the World Cup qualifiers as well. Cabrera. Just keeping the ball now will do for the team in the yellow shirts, and Brazil can't be too bothered about it either. Perez. Jose Maria. Maybe there's a time for one last attack. Edmundo. Leonardo can't take the ball forward, but that's it. Brazil win their 3rd game out of 3 and clearly top Section C. But a harrowing evening for Colombia has a happy conclusion. Mario Zagallo's team will stay here and play a quarter-final against Paraguay, who are the best of the 3rd-place nations, 3rd in Group A with 4 points. Uruguay with 3 points in Group B finished 3rd, as did Colombia after this 2-0 defeat in Group C with 3 points. But on goals scored, they have the edge. They will play Bolivia in one of the other quarterfinals. It's Ecuador, Mexico, Peru, Argentina. That's the last 8 in the 1997 Copa America. It's been a tense affair, really, and to some extent a tired one. You can understand the demands made on players with the 3 games in quick succession. But Brazil have won again, and Colombia are still in the Copa America. Final score in Santa Cruz, Brazil 2, Colombia 0.
Tuesday morning, exclusively live, Super League, the world.